Well, good morning or good afternoon. I've been working uh, the old ways. I've got some old books, and I bought some new ones. Growing your own herbs. I know it's backwards, but I ain't changing it. You got to figure it out. Herbal book. These are real old books, and then I bought some new ones. I bought this one. This is a real good book. It's really thick. And then I bought this one. I bought 25, 30 more books over there, but these are some of the ones. If you're going to start off, I recommend this one here. That's pretty good. Yeah. But anyway, let me see what I'm up to. I got to thinking, well, heck, I can, I have a lab license, used to have, probably had to redo it. But anyway, uh, what I'm doing right now, I'm making my own herbs. This is rosemary. Supposed to shake it like 3 or 4 times a day. This one here is bay leaves. I got a whole bunch more I'm making up. But I got to thinking, well, I've been paying, what's the rest of this stuff? Yeah, I've been paying a bunch of money for some of this pain relief stuff for muscle and arthritis pain. And then I got to looking, this woman sent me a magnifying glass. God bless her, she knows who she is. And I got to looking up the ingredients. Well, you can Google anything. Well, three of these ingredients are just for color. Well, who cares about color? And then you get down to what the really ingredients like lemon balm and this, that, and the other. Well, I've been buying. Let's see where even nose spray. I've been buying. Go back to the old ways. Here's here's frankincense oil. You can get it off Amazon. It cures a bunch of stuff. Uh, let's see here. This is myrrh oil. You can buy it in rock form to burn it in incense. And I got a bunch of them. Here's lavender, uh, thyme, sandalwood, and eucalyptus. I buy in the 4 ounce bottles, rosemary, and then I take it right down in my book what it's good for. For arthritis, pain, sinuses, tennis elbow, whatever it is, athlete's foot, whatever. And then I write it down in the book and then take the one deal and write down all about like frankincense. And there's a bunch. It's got about 100 different remedies to that. And then I make up. Let me move some of this. I make me up some salve. You can drop it in tea or whatever else you like, but I sell on the outside of the body. If I don't like it, I wash it off. This here is arthritic salve. I got a woman down the road. She loves this stuff, and I just put it on my hip. I just got out of the shower. That's why I'm putting some on. And that's the arthritic salve. Let me see here. Now this is my Neosporin lookalike, and it smells good. And it's in a 1 ounce container, and the other one's in a 2 ounce, in case you got cuts or whatever. But I'm making up a whole bunch of stuff. Now this here is this stuff here is for burns. Like you burn yourself, suntan burn, any of that, and you just put it on there. Rub it in, and it works great. It's got Lanikin in it, or whatever the hell it goes. Anyway, but anyway, that's what I'm up to. I'm making my own damn medicine. Like it's BioFreeze. Yeah, the BioFreeze. Get to reading it. Thank God for that woman giving me the magnifying glass. I can't see it with my regular glasses. But you take out, you just categorize everything that's in there. And then since you're gonna make a salve, let's say I'm gonna make a salve, so because this is just spray. Well, you take out all the ones that's just for coloring, the dye number 3 or red number 4 or what. You don't need all that crap. But now this is just educational. And then you go over here and you find your recipe. And let's say you want to make something. 3 drops of mint, 3 drops of lavender, 3 drops of eucalyptus, and then you make this. This is for headaches and sinuses. Roll on. I just make it in a salve. I just put beeswax in it, a couple of teaspoons of beeswax, and make a salve on the side of the nostrils, on the side of the cheeks. In fact, I want to mark that because I'm going to make some of that because of sinuses and hay fever. And then you go over here. I've been doing a lot of it. Then you go over here, and then this big old encyclopedia thing. Okay. You can find the herb that's in this book here. Okay, let's find one. Bay leaves. And I've got bay oil over here. It's antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. So what are you treating? Let's say, okay, I'm going to treat bad toenails that look bad. Well, you need antifungal. If there's a lot, they'll tell you which one if you're going to figure out what you want to use it for. And then antiviral, let's say if you're coming down with a cold or a flu or whatever, you can put a couple of drops in a tea. And then antibacterial, that's cuts, abrasions, and whatever, you can put a little bit in it. And what it is, it don't use that many. You can take anything like 2 drops of this, 2 drops of that, 3 drops of ginger, 2 drops of black pepper, and you make up your own stuff. And you depends on what you're going to treat it for. And this one here has got how many recipes? I read it earlier. I think it's got 800 natural remedies. And then I got this one here. Ow! Tear my fingernail off. Then I got this one. And you can find some of these herbs outside. Be sure to, don't mix up stuff. Go with your doctor. Now this here will tell you, it's got the picture of the plant and everything else. And you can get an app that you take a picture of the plant and then all of a sudden you got the picture of the plant, and you'll know what kind of plant you're messing with. But like I said, this is just for me. This is educational, and you need to learn what's around you. Like the Rose of Sharon, you can, in bad times you can eat the whole plant. According to this app I got, and I'll tell you another thing. Redwood. What's that name of that? That's redwood, Oklahoma state flower or tree, redbud. You can eat that whole plant too, and the blossoms and the mimosa blossoms. You can use that for, medicinal purposes. But it's got everything, and then the good thing about some of this stuff, they're using the same thing. Of course, like I said, you get started. I was making jewelry last night, and I decided I run out of hooks, these little necklace for earrings, and so I had to order some more off Amazon. Me and Amazon's are friends. And then let's see here. You can crush up your own herbs. Crush your own herbs up. Pestle and what the hell else they call it? Pestle and mortem or whatever. But I've just been busy. And right now I'm in the process of writing down all the herbs I've got and all the stuff. Like I said, when it gets to, let's see this one here. This rosemary, now that cost me about $15 to $18 somewhere there. Well, I went and bought rosemary at the grocery store, and I was going to let it set for about 2 or 3 months, and then Then I'm gonna have my own rosemary oil, and when I use this, I'll pour it back into that. That way, I'll have it. And the same now, some of it like bay leaves and chives. I mean, depends on what you're trying to treat. Now that salve for your arthritis, boy, I'm telling you, I'm glad I found that stuff. It works to me better than this. What is that? This BioFreeze. So if you ever use BioFreeze, that salve that I got works a lot better. That according to that woman and me. She's the only one. Like I said, I gave her a 10 of it. Now she said, "Well, you know," but that's what I've been up to. And I got my books. I'm writing them down in, and then I got my little dropper to reach in there. I don't trust the dropper that's in there. I had these left over from the lab, so I'm using them. And that's about all I got up to. But try to do certain things like herbal teas and stuff like that. I mean, that's what I like. I said, why should we run to the doctor for every little old thing? Back during the old days, they'd grind you up some herbs and one of these pestles and mortem or whatever they call it. I forget the damn name. And then they treat you. And like I said, I use a lot of olive oil. Buy the good stuff. Don't buy that cheap crap. When you're mixing up your herbs, there's 3 or 4 good ones, and make sure it's in a glass container. Right there tells you it's a good crap. And then like I said, I use a lot of avocado oil. I use aloe vera jelly. That's what's in that burn stuff, aloe vera jelly. And then I use mineral oil, castor oil. Get familiar with all your stuff. It's back over there. I got a table full of stuff. Like I said, I was making jewelry last night. Today I'm gonna make run out of hooks and stuff to make some earrings, so I decided I'd make salves and stuff today. And then the other day I was painting on painting. I'll just jump around. But like I said, get out there, find it, Google it, whatever you got to do. Find out what's in some of this pain relief rub. I mean, one of these tubes costs you about 15 to 20 bucks. And back in 1950 or 1930 or 40, wherever it was, Rockefeller or something found out you couldn't get a padding on regular, on oils. So he decided he'd make some synthetics out of motor oil. That's what you're putting on your body. That's what's in these damn things. And everybody, so he'd get a patent on it. And then, of course, he put some coloring dye. This year's, I don't know. Oh, it smelled like Ben Gay. It didn't work out all that good, but it worked pretty good, but not all that good. And I decided, well, see, this one here's got ingredients. And then they try to fool you around. They use the Greek word for, let's say, frankincense. The clinical word. Go look it up. Google it. Well, I do Google that word. Well, let me see what that word. Well, hell, it ain't nothing but eucalyptus on. Well, I got that. And then these, like here, it'll tell you your main oils from your secondary oils. So here it tells you. That's why I like it a little bit. It'll tell you the percentage of oils that you put. Like if it's number 1 oil, or like let's say you start with 1/2 ounce of olive oil, and then you got so many drops for it, percentage wise. If you want 0.5, 1%, 1.5%, tells you how many drops. Now, if you want 10%, you put 30 drops. 5% is 15 drops. And then your primary oil, let's say it'd be frankincense. I used the world of that. I didn't go over 2 or 3 more drugs of that. Well, then that's your primary oil. That's to treat your arthritis. And then myrrh gives it an extra kick. Even the recipe in here does not have myrrh, but I'll research myrrh, and it goes quite well with frankincense. But that's what I've been up to. And what's this over here? Like I said, I'm about ready to shut this down, get back to what I was doing. And but like I said, get your book and find out whatever you pick. Let's say rosemary. Okay, let me show you. I put the books over there. I go to this big book and find out what's the properties, or you can Google it. If you don't want to buy a book, I like paper myself. I like a book. Then I go over here and find out what rosemary does. What's the properties of rosemary? Turn it to the right page. That's what I'm doing right now. Here we go. It tells you how many drops per ounce per teaspoon, blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. We go back. Okay, let me see. Oh, here we go. Okay, rosemary, R. Let's find one and go in there. Oh, here's thyme. Let's just use thyme. I know I found it already. Myrrh. Frankincense. What the hell is this one? The eucalyptus. Lavender. It's probably this one here. I'm trying to get. Well, this one here is antibacterial. That cuts braces and stuff like that. And it also is antiviral. So if you think you're coming down with a flu or a cold or something, anything virus. And then it's antifungal. Well, you can put on your toenails. It's like a fungus killer. And that's what I do. I write it down what I can them, and then I go back in here and find out what I'm gonna. Let's say what I'm on my recipe that I'm gonna put on there for, let's say, toe fungus. When your toenails turn black. And then I got how many drops of this, how many drops of that. Here's distilled water, lavender water. I mean, you can make even that water. There's oils that you can use. I use a lot of olive, and you can use coconut oil. You can use mineral oil, castor oil, a bunch of different oils. And like I said, I found out that the old way is sometimes better. I got a dry mouth and have cancer. There's even things in here that'll help you treat cancer. But let me let you go. And like I said, don't be afraid to try new things. That's what I'm doing. And one of these days I'll give you a whole recipe, one after another. But always check with your doctor if it's going to hurt you or help you. And then, like I said, I always try to start off with the salves and this, that, and the other. And get that book, this one here, in beginners, and just experiment. Some of that you don't have to buy all the oils. Sometimes you just buy a little bit of it. Some of them are expensive. I've got probably 50 of these, maybe 75 bottles of it, different kinds. And but I've been, like I said, experimenting away. You guys take care. Have a great day. And I've been looking for that woman that married to that Canadian, and she lives in Oklahoma. And I gave her my phone number. I was wanting her. She found that deal for all around, like a serum to take, and I was wondering what the ingredients was. Take care. Have a great one. Bye bye.